All right, welcome back. Georgia Tech is making big strides to connect with students far beyond Atlanta's skyline. The university has joined with the national network aimed at opening doors for young people in small towns and rural parts of the state. Here to explain is Mary Tipton Woolley, Executive Director of Georgia Tech's Office of Undergraduate Admissions. And Mary Tipton, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks so much for including us this morning.
Absolutely. All right, we talked about small towns, rural areas, STARS, college network. What's this all about?
All those things. Well, this, coming out of the pandemic, we really took a look at our recruitment efforts in the state of Georgia, backed by Georgia Tech's strategic plan to really expand access. We wanted to make sure that as the Georgia Institute of Technology, that we were representing and had students representing the entire state here in our campus community. So our team is really focused on doubling down on our efforts to get out and make sure talented students from across the state know that they have a place here and that we'll benefit from having them as part of our community.
When you think about Georgia Tech, you think about it as a big city research powerhouse. Why do rural students matter so much in this equation?
I think it's so important to have their perspective. And if you think about the state of Georgia and what is happening in our state and manufacturing that is increasing all over the state that are really changing rural communities and South Georgia and East Georgia and all kinds of different places, it's important to have students from those places on our campus interacting with students that come from Metro Atlanta or from anywhere else in the country and the world. We think that's incredibly important in the classroom, in the residence halls, and just on a college campus.
I got to think that kids coming from a rural area, small town, when they arrive here, you get to the big city, it can be quite frightening, right? How does the program help a student like that?
Yeah, I know exactly how that feels. I grew up in a really rural community myself and moved to Atlanta a long time ago. So yeah, I think there's, first off, a lot of people here that care about all of our students, no matter where they come from, and want to make sure that they have a community, that we are building a community on our campus for students that starts the minute they come on campus for orientation. They get to know students in their residence hall, but really it starts in our office before that, because we want them to start to understand all the resources that are available to them. We want to start making connections and community, both with current students, with our team here in admission, but then really helping bridge for enrollment, helping them make connections in an academic department with academic advisors, all of those people that are going to be really critical to making sure they have a good, successful experience while they're here as students.
Yeah, how long have you guys? This is not the first year of the program, is it?
Well, I think you're talking specifically about the STARS program, which we joined last year in 2024. STARS is a national network of 32 universities, and really the goal is that it's sort of like a rising tide lift all boats, right? We come together. These are top universities from around the country. We come together to help students from rural communities all over the country. For Georgia Tech, we're obviously focused here in the state of Georgia, but we help them understand the kinds of opportunities that are available to them when they study at institutions like Georgia Tech. And being able to go out in communities in rural Georgia with our colleagues from other universities, that's a really powerful experience when Georgia Tech and the University of Chicago and Vanderbilt, or maybe other universities, all come together and show up in a place as one. I think that sends a powerful message to not just students, but also teachers and counselors and administrators and community leaders in these places.
What's been the biggest surprise since you launched the STARS program so far?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's been really great connection point for us with schools throughout the state of Georgia. It's also been really nice to collaborate with other universities and sort of share best practices. I think here in the state of Georgia, we're doing an incredible job helping students to see opportunities all over our state. We're increasing our rural student enrollment at Georgia Tech, and that's increased significantly in the last year. And that's something that we're really excited about on campus. Our overall Georgia population has increased dramatically in the last decade. And so making sure that we can have students that are representing the entire state in that growth is really important to us.
I know that you said, and we only got about 30 seconds here left. I know that you said you coming from a small town, you came to the big city. Have you seen that in a student so far, and how did it make you feel?
Yeah, I think we open up so many doors to students and the opportunities that they have. I think sometimes students feel that maybe this is not the right place for them. It's a big step. But then seeing how over a year or so these doors really open and they see opportunities, whether they want to stay in a big city or go back to their hometown, we want to equip them with opportunities that a university like Georgia Tech can provide.
There you go. Mary Tipton Woolley, thanks so much for your insight. Thanks for introducing us to the program. Very good.